What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be using a tier list to rank the best boxing champions in the world right now as of May 2024. Hopefully, you guys enjoy. Alrighty, so I have 22 boxing champions. All right, you're not going to see a lot of the guys from smaller divisions like strawweight and minimum weight. No disrespect to those guys, but I just don't follow those guys enough. And I'm sorry. I just don't. I just don't. So I have down to Bam Rodriguez and up basically in the career in the boxers. I also just don't have every champion in other divisions, right? I don't have all the champions in middleweight. I don't have all the champions in cruiserweight already, but I try to pick, at least one or two or three from each. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Can't please everybody, but let's try to have this good list. So right off the bat, like always, I always do my S tiers. So I'm sure we all could agree Alexander Usyk is an S tier champion, former undisputed cruiserweight champion, bumps up to heavyweight, beats Anthony Joshua, beats other heavyweights, beats Anthony Joshua in a rematch, holds 3 belts for a while, beats Dubois, and then beats Tyson Fury in an incredible performance. Undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight. That's not S tier. I don't know what is. So obviously, Alexander Usyk is an S tier champion right now. So next is Canelo Alvarez. Canelo is also S tier. Alrighty, he has haters, he has supporters. I support Canelo. He's been in the game for a long time. Great resume. Four division world champion. I'm pretty sure four division. Undisputed super middleweight champ right now. Longest reigning undisputed champion in the sport right now. That's obviously S tier, right? I mean, he defended his undisputed belts multiple times. Alrighty. Great performance. His power's starting to diminish. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's not getting worse. His just power's getting bad. So the question is now, as boxing fans, is could he still keep winning with limited power? Because if you watch Canelo in his prime years, those knockouts he had great left hooks, and we still see it. He still knocked down Charlo. He still knocked down Munguia. You know what I'm saying? He still knocked down Ryder. He still knocks down people, but he doesn't have that put away power, I feel like, anymore. I'm still waiting for him to prove me wrong. Ever since the Ryder fight, he really hasn't proved me wrong already. Right? He couldn't sleep Ryder, or he couldn't stop Ryder, he couldn't stop Charlo, and he couldn't stop Munguia. All those guys are B-level fighters. He couldn't stop them, so it made me question. But champion-wise, he's still the undisputed champion. He's still winning, and that's all that matters. S tier for Canelo. Another S tier is Inoue. I think Usyk's pound for pound number one right now, but I have Inoue number two. Number two. It's going to keep flip-flopping between him, Crawford, and um, Usyk and Canelo. It's just going to keep flip-flopping every time they fight. Inoue, he's the whole package. He can do it all. Power, speed, defense. I mean, even though he got dropped by Neri, he ended up coming back and knocking him down 3 times to get the stoppage in 6 rounds. So Inoue, I feel like, is definitely an S tier champion. He could be in and out of that pound for pound ranking. And what I love about Inoue compared to all the other fighters, he's not my favorite fighter, but what I like about him the most out of everybody is he's always active. The day after, even the day of his win against Neri, he already had a fight locked up in September against an opponent. I can't think of the name. Apologize. But he already has a fight locked up. He's so active. 2-time undisputed champion in less than 2 years. That's unbelievable. Alrighty? In less than a year, maybe, I think it was. Unbelievable. That's why Inoue is S tier. And then the last S tier for this list is Terrence Crawford. All right, like I mentioned, these four guys, they keep flip-flopping every time at pound for pound number one, every time they fight. Terrence Crawford, another 2-time undisputed champion. He holds the belts. He holds 3 belts at welterweight, but he's bumping up now to fight Madrimov. Going to be an exciting fight, I think. I made a YouTube short on that a couple weeks ago. Got a lot of popular. A lot of people agreeing, a lot of people disagreeing. But I think that's going to be a very exciting fight. I think Crawford probably will win, but don't sleep on Madrimov. That fight's at 154. But he still holds 3 belts at welterweight. The thing that holds him down though is boots. I generally feel like he is ducking boots. I'm not saying that he can't beat boots, but I feel like he is ducking because there's a lot to lose there. Not a lot of gain besides maybe just show like, all right, despite his age, despite everything, despite the doubters, he can still beat a young dude, a young, active, on fire guy like Boots. But I still have him as tier. You know what I mean? He's still one of the best boxers in the world right now, top 4 boxer. So Terrence Crawford, S tier. All right, let's do some C and D's. So listen, just because I put a boxer at D and C doesn't mean I'm calling them a scrub. I'm just calling them based on everybody on this list, they're not as good. Alrighty, like if I put somebody at D, I'm putting them there because compared to Usyk, Canelo, Inoue, and Crawford, they're just a D list. They're that many tiers below them. So what I'll do is put Ray Vargas at C. Alrighty, he is the WBC featherweight champion. He held that since 2022. He was the super bantamweight champion for about 3 years. Thing with him is he's coming off a draw. He's coming off a loss to Oshaki Foster. So he hasn't had a win in 2 fights already. Now, that's at divisions higher than what he fights at. However, okay, his knockout power is not really there. He just doesn't really show much. I feel like he's starting to be on the decline a little. I feel like guys around that division, like Inoue, could beat him. Uh, I think, he's beatable. He's beatable. I think Nick Ball could beat him. So I'd say Ray Vargas, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, he'd be a B. But right now, I put him at a C. Raymond Ford, I mean, I'm going to put him at a D. Not saying he's bad. He just, won the vacant WBA title, 15-0. Not a lot of experience. I can't put him up there. Has a lot of potential. 15 wins, 8 by knockout. But for right now, I just got to put him at D tier. No disrespect, but D tier for Raymond Ford. Devin Haney, I'll do. I'll mix it up now. I'll put Devin Haney. You see, with Devin Haney, undisputed lightweight champion, bumps up to 140, wins the belt at 140 every round against Regis Prograis. I'm thinking this guy is legit. Then faces Ryan Garcia and then gets put on his butt like 3 times, 3 times I think it was, and loses and gets embarrassed. Now, obviously, things come out. Obviously, we knew before the fight that Ryan Garcia came in overweight. Then he gets popped for drugs. So it changes things a little. Doesn't change the fact that he got outboxed and he still got outworked. But I don't want to discredit him too much. I mean, Ryan Garcia still cheated. Do I think if they're both natural and Ryan Garcia was still at 140, Ryan Garcia may have won still? Yes. But that didn't happen. I'll put Devin Haney at A. Don't forget, former undisputed lightweight champion, bumps up to win the WBC super lightweight belt. He's still the champion because Garcia went in overweight. I'll put Devin Haney at A. Very, very close, though, to a B. But I'll still put him at A due to the fact that Ryan Garcia popped hot. I'll give Devin Haney another chance. Shakur Stevenson, I'm going to put at A. I think Stevenson could beat anybody at lightweight. I think he could beat Loma. I think he could beat Tank. I think he could beat anybody else at lightweight. I think Shakur really is an A-tier boxer. 3 division world champion, guys. I get it. His last 2 fights were a bit boring. Track star runner. I get it. But I know the skill when you watch. I know the skill of Shakur Stevenson. He's a smart boxer, very technical fighter. I think he beats Haney if that fight was at lightweight or maybe even 140. I think Shakur could beat anybody at 135 at lightweight. I really do. I think Shakur Stevenson has the skills. He has the resume. 3 division world champion. Doesn't matter who he fought. 3 division world champion. A tier for Shakur Stevenson. Teofimo Lopez, I'm going to put at a B tier. Let me tell you why. He doesn't do the best against lower tier boxers. Alrighty, he gets upset a lot. His experience at 140, other than Josh Taylor, has been a bit shaky. Lose to George Kambosos. Now, these don't happen all right now. All right, George Kambosos' loss was like over 2 years ago. His other fights were over a year ago. But I think Teo could still beat a lot of guys at 140. I still think Teo could beat Haney. I think Teo could beat Garcia, could beat Cruz. But he's inconsistent, but he's on and off. I don't know what's up with him ever. I think at his peak, at his best, he's an A, but you never know when he's at his best. You never know when he's at his best. He has a fight coming up against another lower tier guy. You know what I mean? I won't be surprised if he looks bad again. He fights down a competition. When he faces good competition, he's doing good. For right now, I gotta give him a B. Sebastian Fundora. I gotta put him at a C because he had an incredible win, sure, against Zoo. But if you watch the fight, obviously, that cut, I don't like to make excuses, but it's obvious. That cut was a bad cut on Zoo. Got all in his eyes. I feel like if that never happened, it would have been a different night. I think Fundora would not be champion. He's going to be facing Spence. I think Spence beats him. And I think that, Fundora is going to be a one-time champion at this division. Seems like a nice kid. Crazy figure. He's like, what, 6'6"? Incredible to make super welterweight at that weight. Kind of a weight bully, I guess you could say. However, no disrespect to him, but he kind of was rewarded that. Still fought, still did what he had to do. I mean, you can't really say he was rewarded because he's the one who made that cut. He's still the one who still won at the end of the day. I just don't think he deserves to be any higher than a C tier boxer, C tier champion. Emmanuel Navarrete, he's coming off a loss to Baranchek, but he's still successful. He's still a champion in other weight classes. I'll put him at a B. His style is so awkward, but he gets it done. I still think Navarrete is easy to beat. by a lot of guys still. I think, Navarrete won't beat Tank. He won't beat Shakur. He won't beat Loma. He obviously couldn't beat Baranchek. You know what I mean? So even though it's not his division, I think, Shaki Foster could beat him. I think Navarrete is very beatable. But he's still a champion. He still has a lot of impressive wins to his name. That's why I put him at B right in the middle. Oh, Shaki Foster, where's he at? Current WBC super featherweight champion, defended it a couple of times, 22 wins, 2 losses. But I'm going to put him at B. Still has a lot to prove. And I think that he can still make some noise at those divisions, but I think he could also beat Navarrete. I think that'd be a good fight. I won't say who would win, but I think that'd be a very good fight. I'd favor Foster, but I think B tier fits good for him. Junto Nakatani. Alrighty, 3 division world champion. He's in the lower weight classes. Absolutely destroyed Andrew Maloney, one of the best knockouts I've seen. He's 27-0, 20 wins by knockout. His last win was back in February of 2024. He won the WBC bantamweight title, so that's where he's at right now. Former WBO junior bantamweight title, former WBO flyweight. Yeah, WBO flyweight. I saw I was looking up, so I got to do my research sometimes. But he's a 3 division world champion. He's on the pound for pound list for The Ring magazine as the 10th best active boxer. I think he can make some damage. He could even be a good fight for Inoue. He's just 1 division below. That'd be a huge, I think, a big fight in Japan. If that fight was made, I'd put Junto at an A. Jesse Bam Rodriguez, also another pound for pound fighter, 2 division world champion, current flyweight champion. Impressive win over Sonny Edwards. A lot of power. I really like Bam Rodriguez. He seems like a cool guy. Regardless, I put him at A tier. Janibek, okay, unified champion at middleweight. I think he beats everybody at middleweight. He's a dangerous man. I think he can really go undisputed, but he's just not active enough. I want to see Janibek more active. Regardless, he is an A tier boxer. I'm telling you, I have Janibek in my top 10 pound for pound list. He just needs to be more active, but I really think that he could honestly be undisputed, wipe out that whole division at middleweight. Boots Ennis, resume wise, he's a B, but skill wise, gives him the A. I really think that Boots is very dangerous at welterweight. He's fighting Cody Crawley in Philadelphia soon. I think that's going to be a complete domination. I think Ennis will win that win that easily, and he could really be danger for Crawford. I really like to see that fight go out. I don't think it will ever happen, but I think that if Crawford was to lose at welterweight, Boots is the guy easily. I think Boots is definitely could be the guy to beat him. I'm not saying he'll easily win, but Boots is definitely the favorite. A tier for Boots Ennis. Isaac Cruz. I really like Isaac Cruz, but I'm going to go B tier. He won the championship, super lightweight championship over Rolly Romero, but it's Rolly. Okay, do I think that Cruz can still beat Devin Haney and other guys? I really think he could just beat Devin Haney, if I'm being honest. However, okay, still an impressive champion. Small fighter, but very tough. Good chin. Took a lot of big shots from Gervonta Davis. Stayed up. Didn't really affect him much. Took some shots from Rolly Romero. Stayed up. Didn't affect him much. He's active. He's fighting again. I'm on the Crawford card in August. So a lot of respect for Isaac Cruz. I really do. But for right now, I got to do it a B tier. Arthur Beterbiev. Already light heavyweight champion. He holds 3 belts there. We were going to see it with B-Ball. I'm going to put B-Ball A tier also. We were going to see these guys fight for the undisputed championship on June 1st. But unfortunately, Beterbiev pulled out the knee injury. I'm pretty sure it was a knee injury. Beterbiev holds 3 belts there. Alrighty. He has crazy knockout power. All wins by knockout. Watching Beterbiev, you know what I mean? He wiped out that division besides B-Ball. A tier for Beterbiev. And then Bivol also incredible style. I love that Russian style, boxing style, bounces back and forth. Very awkward style. You watch that, you think this dude, he's so awkward, probably not that good until you see him in the ring. Very good. The way he moves, incredible. Okay, Bivol. I honestly think if they were to fight, like on June 1st, if that fight actually happened, I honestly had Bivol winning by points. Doesn't have the knockout power to put down Beterbiev that I know of. Maybe a flash knockdown, but he's going to stay on you. Incredible conditioning. I think he'll be too much for Beterbiev. I think Bivol wouldn't by decision. So I think Bivol is a better fighter than Beterbiev, despite only holding 1 belt compared to 3. But either way, both these guys are A tier. Jai Apataya, very dangerous at cruiserweight. I think if anybody was to go cruiserweight and undisputed there, it'd be him. I'm putting him at B. All right, the cruiserweight division isn't the best. It's starting to get better. All right, it's starting to get better. I like to see 1 or 2 more wins before I bump him up to A. Had a close win against Breedis to win the vacant IBF title, but he had the IBF title since 2022, where he beat Breidis the first time, defeated Jordan Thompson, El Zuro by KO first round back in 2023 in December, and then beat Breidis again by unanimous decision on the Fury versus Usyk card. So I think if anybody was to go undisputed, it'd be him. The cruiserweight division is getting better though. I really like to see that. I always was into the cruiserweight division when I first got into boxing because that was around my weight. So I was like, where would I fight if I fought? Knowing now, that was before I even realized that guys cut weight. But because those guys are huge. I like the cruiserweight division. It's starting to get a lot better. So it's gonna be a lot of guys competing in there. But I think Joe Apatow is the best right now. If he was to go undisputed, if anybody was to go undisputed, it'd be him. So he's gonna keep going. B tier for Jai Apataya. The last two guys we have Loma and Tank, two champions at lightweight. Okay, so I think Tank is a bit overrated. I do to be on the pound for pound list. I think he should be 11 or 12. However, he's still a champion in other divisions, still dominated through other divisions. A very powerful fighter, a very complete fighter, good IQ. Not taken away from that. Obviously, he's a good fighter. Good fighter. His resume is just shaky. I think that he could lose by he'll lose by Shakur. He'll lose to Shakur by decision. I think he beats Haney. Loma and Tank, I really don't know. But it all changes when Tank lands that punch. It's all over. And that's what makes Tank exciting. I'll admit. His fights are exciting because he puts you down. He is very powerful. Pound for pound, he's top 5. When it comes to power, obviously top 3, maybe even. But he's fighting Frank Martin, which is a very good fight. I'm excited for that. I think if he beats him, then I could definitely obviously go ahead and put him in the top 10 pound for pound. But until then, that's why I don't have him at S tier, nothing. That's why I call him overrated. That's why I don't have him on my top 10 pound for pound rankings. I think A tier is perfect for Tank. Then last is Lomachenko, another multiple time champion already. Got robbed, I think, I honestly believe he got robbed against Devin Haney. Should be the undisputed champion at lightweight. I think he could beat, obviously, Baranchek. I think he could beat Shakur. It was really hard. I think he could beat Tank. Um, not saying that Tank would, not saying that he'd be the ultimate winner. Not saying I'll put my money on Loma right away, but he could beat him. I feel like he has the abilities, the skills, the IQ to beat him, but he's getting old. I'm still put Loma at A already. Still a very exciting, fun fighter to watch. I think he'd beat anybody out lightweight, but he's getting old. So if he wants to go undisputed, make another undisputed run, he has to go quick. He needs to get a fight announced in the next couple of weeks. Has to be a good champion. Maybe I get it because Baranchek is another guy from Ukraine. He doesn't want to try to beat him. But if he wants to go for undisputed quick, both those guys are coming off a fight. Make that fight happen. Quick and easy on Top Rank. Let Loma get that win. And then, have Shakur and Tank fight. And then Loma faces the undisputed champion. That probably won't happen because we probably won't see Loma versus Baranchek. However, I think that'd be the best route. I think that's just something that you just got to do it respectfully, as easy as possible, and just get it done. But this is my tier list for the May 2024 champions. Now, I'm not going to make a tier list every month for champions, but as of May 2024, these are the best champions. Usyk, Canelo, Inoue, Crawford at S tier. All these guys at A tier. Only Raymond Ford makes D tier. No disrespect to him. He's just not experienced enough yet. Fundora and Ray Vargas. Ray Vargas, not as good as he used to be. Fundora, I think could be very easily beatable. And then, yeah, that's all my list, guys. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. I'm out, guys. Peace.